Right, the first thing that I'd like to do, I could say now for something completely different, which it is. It's not chemistry. Well, it's all about supermarket botany. And first thing I'm going to do is give you guys a quiz, if you'll bear with me. So we'll have a supermarket quiz, so get your pens and pencils ready. And basically the question is, what plant part am I? And give a number, or actually write one of these answers. Is it a root? Is it a stem, a leaf, flowers, a fruit that is with seeds inside, or just seeds? Okay, so here's the first one. You ready? We'll start off easy. So, what's that one? It's a carrot, just in case you didn't. Okay, so you should get that pretty quickly. Now, what's this? And you can write the number, or actually write the tomatoes, just in case the colours are a bit off. Okay, you with me? What's this? This is my favourite. It's a potato, of course, being Irish. Or a group of potatoes, I should say. Now, this is getting a bit harder now. So you might have to think about that. Next. Now, this is ginger. Okay? So, what is ginger? From that group of 6 choices. Next one. Here's another easy one, just to go back again. These are oranges, of course. And I couldn't find these guys, but imagine peas. Loose peas sort of rolled around the place. That's why I put them green, just for a bit of... Okay, what are they? And of course, this is an iceberg lettuce. What's the main constituent of iceberg lettuce? That's an easy one too. He said, knowing the answer. Broccoli. What's broccoli? What's the main part of broccoli? And this is a zucchini or a courgette, depending on where you come from. And what's that? I should have a prize for this, but couldn't get to the pub with that. Okay, so, and this is just a little joke for, who was it said there was an obligatory joke for the thing? Right in the middle of the produce aisle, Frosty gets caught picking his nose. So that's a bit of a Christmas theme as well there. Okay, let's go back to these guys. Alright. Hands up who put root. I thought so. The majority of people, of course, or everybody. What's this? Possibly a bit trickier. What is it? It's a fruit. Why is it a fruit? Exactly, that's the key thing there. What's this one? This is a bit trickier. Potato is a... Hands up who thinks they know the answer. Ah, this gentleman here. Why is it a stem? What thing gives it away?
Oh, the eyes.
The eyes are...
growing cells.
Yeah, they're the growing parts.
And the way it grows.
Even though it's under the ground, it's the stem. It's a modified storage organ, a tuber, which is a stem. What about this one, the ginger? I can hear the answers coming. Yep. Yes, no, and again for the same reason. Very good, very good. I'm impressed. Very easy one. We'll not even ask that one. That's a bit of that's a fruit. Peas loose. Seeds. Very good. This one. Leaves. Now here's a more difficult one, possibly. What?
Flower.
Oh, you guys are just... What's this one? Fruit, of course. Okay, well, hey, I didn't even need to give that test. You got everything right. Well done. Okay, so a few years ago, I'm very impressed. I'm stunned, in fact. If you Joe didn't have a bottle of wine, I would have had to go back to the off-license, get loads of them. A few years ago, we realised our botany students were having difficulty just appreciating the importance of plants. And just in our looking up the literature, we realised that there was a word out there that some American biologists had actually coined. They called it plant blindness. And basically it was a way to catch people's imaginations, that the students just couldn't really appreciate the plants because they didn't see them really as anything important, even though it's quite obvious they're extremely important. And they came up with these 4 basic terms. You know, the inability to see or notice the plants, they didn't have it. The inability to recognize the importance of plants in their environment and human affairs. Also the inability to appreciate the aesthetic and unique biological features of plants. And also this misguided anthropocentric ranking of plants as inferior to animals. So they did a survey of students at high school, and about half of them there's twice as many students more interested in studying animals than plants. And these two guys, Wondersea and Schuessler, set about, they got some money, and they set about putting all these posters, about 20,000 posters up with glasses, sort of with a big plant in the background, saying, what's plant blindness, trying to explain it, and having some activities for students to actually try and raise their awareness of plants and the importance of plants. So we thought, well, how do we raise the awareness of our students about plants? And one of the things we come up with, you see these in textbooks, a little bit about supermarket botany. And we set about with our first year university students in botany. We have about 180 students, just presenting them, first of all, with that test that we give you or something similar. And then a lot of them, they wouldn't be as good as you guys. They got them wrong and they were shocked. It was like, I didn't know that a potato wasn't a root, for instance. And it was basically a hands-on practical test. And they really enjoyed it because it was something they saw every day, and it was something then that they saw in a new light. And from these comments, these are comments from just a range of students. I should say we have both on-campus students, which tend to be about 18-year-old just out of university, and we also have distance education students who are more mature and have families and careers and stuff. So they were a bit different as well, but the overall thing was that they really enjoyed this, and that came through, and that got them interested in plants, and that's one really good thing that we found worked. Now, the other thing we wanted to do, this is just an example of, you could take them on then into other interesting things. This plant here is the same species, Brassica oleracea, but due to cultivation and over long periods of time, you've got this species has now become bred into cauliflower or cabbage or Brussels sprouts or a few other ones I don't even know the name of. So that was something you could take them on into different directions. Like for instance, when you talked about how, as we said, is a stem, a potato a stem, you say, wait, look at the anatomy of it, and how is a carrot a root? You could observe it, and that led them on into anatomy and investigating things and how to tell the difference. We wanted to compare the university students' lack of knowledge about fruit and vegetables with those of primary school students, and we went out to primary schools. We were invited by some teachers to just give a talk to the students. A similar thing. We talked to primary school students and we did surveys of secondary school students. And here's me just last week at my daughter's class. With the whole range, just go out and buy a whole range of different fruit and vegetables and start to talk to them about simple things. And the main thing we wanted to get across to the primary school students was that a fruit has seeds in it, comes from a flower, and that vegetables are parts of plants, roots, leaves, stems, things like that. And that's what we got across. My daughter was sitting in the class, I remember this, and 6 years old. They said, now say, hello, Mr. Harper. And she goes, hello, John. And I was like, the cheeky monkey. But there's me with my favourite vegetable there, the potatoes, showing them. And we also, this is my colleague, Jeff Burrows. We went to another school a year ago when they were doing fruit and vegetables. And they also had, we took the opportunity to show them something different as well. Jeff is holding up a book of Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie, because the students, their houses were named after indigenous trees and stuff, so he thought, well, why not do that as well? And yes, that was good fun as well. About 90 students sat in there, and we surveyed them as well. The key thing about the surveys that we did, the primary school students, as I said, had an equal lack of knowledge about about vegetables as university students. But the university students knew about fruits. They knew that fruits had seeds in them. The primary school students